channel memberships are here. You have to sign up to support the channel. Go down below in the link description or in the comment section. You'll see the link to sign up to become a member. It's not mandatory. I never make the videos where it's like members only and everything. If you want to support the channel, sign up. There's a starter pack and there's also a captain pack. The captain pack will give a discount on the future store, site-wide discount that will be coming very soon. So don't look out for that. We'll get some cool badges, some cool emotes. If you like to sign up, you can sign up for that. And also, if you have to shop some of your favorite team apparel, go down below and click the link in the description, the comment section where I have it, and shop on Fanatics and get some of your favorite team sportswear.
Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. Today we're just discussing some NFL news, some headlines, playoff scenarios as well, and just going to review of the previous week and some teams who still have a chance to make the playoffs and teams who kind of locked up their playoff spot as well. So let's start off first, of course, with the power rankings. Power rankings came out yesterday, as you guys know, and right now we have, of course, the Eagles. The Eagles moving up one spot, and they're now ranked number 1 at the big time win against my Steelers. Sadly, they handled business there, went out there and did their thing. They're ranked number 1 now at 12-2 to get the Buffalo Bills at number 2 at 11-3. They move up 2 spots, destroying the Lions. Now the game was a little closer in the end, but they did a good job at just handling the Lions throughout that game and was dominated. Chiefs at number 3 still in his ranking. Detroit Lions dropped down 3 spots to number 4. They're 12-2 as well. Vikings are underneath them. They have a good big time matchup to play each other again as well. The Vikings are ranked number 5. Packers move up 1 spot. It's the 6th spot. You have the Baltimore Ravens. They move up 1 spot as well. They got the Steelers, who dropped down 2 spots after they lost at 10-4, ranked number 8. You got the Broncos at number 9 and 9-5. They move 1 spot. Commanders at 10, and then you have the Houston Texans at 11. You have the Buccaneers at 12. They've been on a win streak. Went out there handling business. They destroyed the Chargers. Chargers dropped 4 spots. They ranked number 13 now. Rams at 14. You got the Seattle Seahawks at 15 after losing that game to the Packers. Then you got the Cardinals at 16. You got Falcons at 17. Even though they won, Kirk Cousins got benched. We're going to discuss that too as well. San Francisco dropped down to 18. Yeah, they dropped down 1 spot. Miami Dolphins at 19. You got Bengals at 20. Cowboys at 21. Colts at 22. Saints at 23. Bears at 24, 25 Browns, 26 Jets, 27 Panthers, 28 Jaguars, 29 Patriots, and 30 Titans. 31st is the Raiders, and last but not least, of course, is the New York Giants, of course. I said last but not least. Last but least is the New York Giants. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of ranking right there. The power rankings entering after week 16. I believe we enter in week 17 now, right? No, week 16 or 17. Week 16, right? Yeah. Yeah, week 16, 17. Yeah, week 16 right now. We enter in week 16. That's the power rankings right now. So, yeah, some teams who are in the power rankings. Like I mentioned earlier about the Falcons benching Kirk Cousins. That was still kind of like not surprising, I would say. I kind of figured it was coming. They gave Kirk Cousins a little bit of a doubt, maybe a bounce back game against the Raiders, but he looked poor. He played poorly. He looked poorly out there. And just looking at his numbers, like the turnovers are very high. Let me get the exact number of Kirk Cousins' turnovers, but when they drafted Michael Penix Jr., they traded up in the draft to get him. I was still surprised by that because you go out there and pay all this money for Kirk Cousins, who has one of the best agents in the world. You pay all this money for him, but then you trade up in the draft to get a quarterback. And usually when you get a quarterback, and you trade up all the way up like that to get a quarterback, was he number 9 pick or something like that? I think he was top 10 pick. You trade up there to get him. Usually you're going to play that guy, and then they did play that guy. They're going to play him this week. They still have a opportunity to make the playoffs. The Buccaneers are sitting at 8-6 now. The Falcons did beat the Buccaneers twice. I think the Buccaneers got a better record than them right now. They need the Buccaneers to lose one to have a chance. The only way for Falcons to get in the playoffs is most likely through that division, like you win the division. So we'll see what happens with that. But Kirk Cousins getting benched was not a surprise to me because he just kind of like fell off a cliff a little bit. I know he had the Achilles tear. He's a little older now, of course, as well. But look at his numbers. The past game against the Raiders, which is one of the worst defenses in the league, had 112 passing yards, 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception, 78 on passer rating. The game before that, 2 interceptions, 344 yards versus the Vikings, 70 passer rating. And you watch the games too. Just he can't move. He submit in his cleats. He cannot move. He's stuck to the ground like this. And when the pocket collapsed, he cannot get out the pocket and scramble anything happen. He cannot move. He can't throw on a run anymore. He was never known to be that mobile quarterback, but he was mobile enough to at least if he had to step up and do stuff. But right now he cannot do that at all. Like his leg is just like the noodle leg, and he's very slow, can't move, and he's been very inaccurate. A lot of those throws. I remember that Chargers game we threw those 4 interceptions. 2 interceptions he threw I remember on some of the out routes. You know, the out routes, you got to get out there, get the ball out there fast and like sling it out there. And he was throwing those balls like poorly accurately inside and stuff, and got picked off, had pick sixes and stuff. He just looked like lost out there, looked lost, and his athleticism and his like physical ability just looks like just depleted completely. So like I don't know exactly what happened, but his numbers, he have 1 touchdown over the past one, two, three, four, 5. The past 5 games, he has 1 touchdown, and he has 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 interceptions. So over the past 5 games, he has 1 touchdown, and he has 9 interceptions. You're not going to win like that. And in a few of those games, they had opportunity. They had a good kind of lead a little bit in the division, but a few of those games, he had many opportunities to try to win that game, and a lot of turnovers like that. 9 interceptions over the past 5 games, only 1 touchdown pass. He's been playing very poor. It has not been good. You know, against Dallas, he looked good, of course. That was the last time he looked good, but it's Dallas, of course. And then Tampa Bay, he looked good. And then after that, you know, you really got too many games. I know one game threw 400 yards in one game, 500 yards. It's Tampa Bay as well too. So he has a few games where he looked real good, but throughout this year he's been a little up and down. And to have 18 touchdowns to the 16 interceptions, you threw 9 of your interceptions in the last 5 games, only 1 touchdown. That's why you got benched. And you know, you're depleting. The team looking at it like, hey, he's like 37, 38 years old, whatever how old he is. He can barely move. We got Michael Penix Jr., who we traded up in the draft to get. Let's go ahead and roll with him. We got a chance to make the playoffs, so he's going to be playing some competitive football. Let's roll with him, because next year we're going to be rolling with him. Now, I don't know what you're going to do with Kirk Cousins' contract. You're going to have a $180 million quarterback as your backup. I don't think so. I don't know if anybody will trade for him either. Unless, like, the compensation might not be too high. You probably can trade for him, but depending on what team is looking to do that, but I don't know exactly who will be interested in that fully. You have to see. But yeah, that's the situation with the Falcons right now. Also, another quarterback who's not getting benched, but who has a contract coming up is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy contract is going to be coming up because I believe it's year 3 for him, right? Year 3 for him. So next year will be his last year. You know, he was in the first round pick, so he got a 5th year option. So he'll be his last year next year. And I know a lot of people was saying a lot of things about his contract. Like I said, Brock Purdy is asking for $50 million and stuff. I seen Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, they was talking about it and discussing it. Shannon Sharp said no. He said Brock Purdy don't deserve $50 million, like to get the $50 million, like they shouldn't pay him that much money. But I look at it like, what had Brock Purdy done? NFC Championship game twice, Super Bowl appearance once as well in his first 3 years. This season didn't go the best because of the injuries, a lot of injuries they have on a team like that. But they were still in contention a little bit, but it didn't go their favor, of course, this season. But his first 3 years in the league, he has done a lot. To finish top 5 MVP voting last year, he has done more than some quarterbacks have done their whole career like that. You know, I love Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is a cool quarterback, but he been to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. He's been to multiple AFC Championship games. I think he went to one, the Chargers with the ACL tear. But besides that, I don't think he went to any other ones like that. So Brock Purdy has accomplished a lot in his instant. More than what Romo did. He never let the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. He got paid big time bucks. So Brock Purdy has led his team to the Super Bowl. A lot of quarterbacks have not led the team to the Super Bowl. You know, a lot of different guys. And Trevor Lawrence is a quarterback who's the highest paid in the league. He has potential to be very great, of course, in this league. But he hasn't shown that yet. Brock Purdy has outplayed him so far in his first 3 years like that. I think he's been a better quarterback than him and many other players as well. Deshaun Watson, who I pay all that money to. Brock Purdy has been better in day and age than him as well, by far. So it's like a lot of quarterbacks who getting paid all this big time money, you know. Brock Purdy deserved probably, if he wanted to get $50 million, he'd probably get it. Now, the team is probably hoping that he don't get it so he can keep this guy around you. These guys around you, the defense good, and it's healthy, and, you know, the receivers and the weapons you got, you know, like the running backs you got and stuff, keep them around. You take a pay cut. So they're hoping probably, instead of asking for $50 million, he might ask for, you know, 45, 40 million, something like that in our range. But if he asks for 50, he's definitely guaranteed, like, kind of built himself up and warranted it. Because, like, hey, Brock been playing good. He's been playing very good football. Has been putting that team in very good contention to go out there and win many games, you know, year after year. Like that too. I know this year didn't go their way, but hey, the first 2 years in the league, you have to make the NFC Championship game, and then you make the Super Bowl your second year. Yes, you lost in the Super Bowl, but to get there, get your team in contention like that. And he's been the best quarterback they had in a very, very long time. Even better what Kaepernick did for them a little bit too as well. Kaepernick did a good job, of course. But I think Brock Purdy's playing at a different level. Kaepernick was cool and all, but Brock Purdy's playing at a different level at that, being a dynamic just passer out there. He might not have the strongest arm, might not be the biggest guy or the fastest guy on the field, but he has accuracy and he's a winner. He's a winner out there as well. Has patience and he fit that system very, very well. So it's like, you're going to go out there and get somebody else. You're going to bring a guy in for free agency instead. I know they have Russell Wilson going to be available, but most likely my Steelers are going to make sure they sign Russell Wilson to extension probably. They might do it before the season's over. You never know. And then Justin Fields is on the Steelers too. He might be a free agent as well next year. The Steelers looking to bring him back, but what if the team, like another team might offer him something? But I doubt he'd be better than what Brock Purdy is right now in that system. He had more talent than Brock Purdy, but that system Brock Purdy is playing with the 49ers, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's doing a good job there. You're gonna trade for Deshaun Watson. I was gonna say Watson, but Washman, because he has not been the same since he got to the Browns. It's a lot of money too as well. You gonna trade for Kirk Cousins? I don't think so. So it's like a lot of quarterbacks are gonna be out there, but I don't think any of those guys will be better, pitching in a better situation than what Brock Purdy is right now. So I think Brock Purdy is definitely warranted on the $50 million as well. And yeah, go out there, go to big time Bucks. I know he's a later round pick. A lot of people don't like that. They're like, oh, he's a 7th round pick. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, he deserved it. He got drafted, even if he wasn't drafted like that. He's a guy who worked his tail off. You're gonna pay the 1st round pick quarterback who done absolutely nothing in his league on big time Bucks. But you're gonna pay the guy who was drafted later rounds, big time Bucks, the best quarterback in his league ever. Was a late round pick, Tom Brady, like that. So I know one of the best was the 1st round pick in Peyton Manning. He was one of the best too as well. I think him and Tom Brady are top 2 quarterbacks. But Brady was the best quarterback ever in his league with being drafted with the 5th round like that. One of the last quarterbacks taken in the draft. So it's like, hey, pay the man his bucks. Pay Brock Purdy his money like that. Brock Purdy did a good job leading the 49ers the past 2 years. 3rd year to have him going their way, of course, because the injuries and stuff. But when the team is fully healthy, he go out there and he perform like that. So yeah, I think you should definitely pay him. What else we have to talk about? Oh yeah, the Eagles situation with the Jalen Hurts thing and the AJ Brown stuff that was discussing. Brandon Graham probably should have never released that stuff fully out there like that, saying that stuff. Like, you keep that stuff in the locker room. He was talking too much. He's always talking. You keep that stuff kind of like condemned in the locker room like that. But I think those guys, they might not be, of course, best buddies or anything like that in a sense, but I think they probably did like say, hey, we keep it professional. We go after the win. We got one goal, one purpose. We want to win. So they've been doing that. I think the situation is a little different now. The media kind of died it down a little bit, look a little better and stuff. Also, of course, the playoff scenarios for a lot of teams. I think next week, this coming week right here, after this week is over, we're going to kind of see the teams that's locked in. The Dolphins had a chance to make the playoffs and an opportunity. Still have a chance. It was a far-fetched chance, but they should have won a Texans game. Tua turned the ball over. He was that this past game. He was playing very good football up to this game. I don't know what happened in this game right here, but he missed a lot of throws and he forced a lot of passes as well. He forced a lot of passes and double coverage, and it was different times. I remember that one safety, he jumped the route the first time and he got incomplete. And he dropped the interception. And then he had another opportunity later in the game because Tua gave him another chance. And he just like picked it off. Tua forced a lot of passes and not necessary. Just took what the defense gave him. Now, some of the play calling was a little shaky out there for Coach McDaniels and stuff. A lot of those screen passes, a lot of underneath stuff. It's like most of his passes was coming underneath, behind a line of scrimmage like that. A lot of stuff that's like short passes and stuff. And the defense was picking up on that constantly. They were losing a lot of yardage on early downs and stuff. But it's like, they just look bad. They look terrible out there offensively. They can't get anything going. The defense gave them opportunity to make a play. At one point when the game was 1 score, the defense got a big time stop at forced a 3 and out. And what 2 of them do? Nothing with it like that. Turn the ball over many times, and then eventually come back to bite you and stuff in the end. Another turnover, and it was over. So he played horrible that game. They still have a chance. It's a far-fetched chance, but they had to wait and see what happened. It was set up perfectly for them too, because the Chargers lost and they're 8-6 now, and then the Colts lost too as well. So the Dolphins would have won that game. They've been sitting like perfectly 1 game behind, but now you messed yourself up a little bit too. So you got to see what happened now. And same thing for the Colts. Colts had a good opportunity as well. You already in front of the Dolphins, so you to beat the Broncos, you've been sitting a little comfortable, 1 game behind somewhere like that. And plus the Chargers lost too, and then the Broncos and Chargers both play each other next week. And that'd be a perfect opportunity. Whoever win that game, you might can slide yourself up in that playoff spot if you win your game. But you messed yourself up in not going out there and handling business like that, missed opportunity. So we're gonna see if they can find a way to get in there. And the NFC side is the Commanders win 1 more game, and that last spot is locked up because the Vikings got 1, the Packers got 1, and they already got 10 wins. The Packers 10-4, and I think the Vikings are 12-2. I think 12-2, and the Packers are 10-4. So that spot already locked up. Those spots locked up, so there's only 1 spot left. The Commanders will have to lose out for the Cowboys to find a way to get in there. 49ers, they're gonna be out of it because they need a lot of teams in front of them to lose, and then the Rams still had a chance because they're in the division still. Like, they have a chance to battle off with the Seahawks and see what happened with the division stuff. But that last spot gonna be locked up once Commanders win the next game. Who the Commanders next game actually? That's a good question. Commanders next game. Let's see. I should have had this pulled up already. Commanders, they play the Eagles next. Now they have a chance to lose, but if they win the next game, it's over. That playoff spot is locked up. So you have to see what happened with that. What's the Rams full schedule? Not the Rams full schedule. The Rams games. Yeah, but the Rams they have the Jets next, I know, but what's the game after? They got the Cardinals and the Seahawks last. So the Seahawks and the Rams could come down to the end, that last game being for division. So they still have a chance to make the playoffs through the division. But that last playoff spot, we were locked up. If the Commanders win one more game, which they got, of course, they got the Eagles, which is a tough game to win. But even if they lose that game, after that they have, of course, the Cowboys. And one of those games, Falcons and Cowboys. And the way the Falcons have been looking, I don't know. So they win one more game, they lock the playoff spot up, and they clinch the playoff spot. So we'll see what happens like that. But a lot of teams, they lost a lot of games early on in the season, and use those early on losses come back to bite you in the end. So we'll see who gets in and who gets out. And this week we kind of find out the full picture of everything and see what happens. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.